A friend, Doyle Pickering, told me the Ozarks have great beauty and narrow, winding blacktop roads. This is strictly an impulse trip, so I'll be riding by myself. On the road, I'll cross Missouri to get to Harrison, Arkansas. Missouri, by the way, is a helmet mandatory state, and that's why I'm going to Arkansas instead for my Ozark ride. Got to the Holiday Inn Express in Harrison after dark. No sweat, the room was billed to my card, so the room will be there. Lots of 2- and 3-wheelers making use of the protection of the portico, but I have to wonder, why the tarps on a cloudless night? The hotel knows what bikers like. Good marketing. It's a beautiful countryside. I stopped often to take pictures. There are a few places to pull off on these narrow roads, but I found one here. Back on the road. This was taken on a relatively straight stretch of road near the north end of Highway 7. The road is wide compared to what's coming up next as I travel south. I didn't have a mount for the camera, so I had to run the camera with my left hand and the bike with my right. Not recommended for the faint of heart, even on a relatively straight piece of road. There are no shoulders, and like I said, damn few places to even stop to rest or do touristy things. Back in Harrison, I found an old mill rebuilt to serve as a beautiful bakery and coffee shop. It has 24-foot ceilings and is a cool and quiet favored meeting place for the locals. Back at the motel at the end of day 1. Day number 2 finds me back on the road loving the scenery of the Ozark mountain roads. Found a place to park the V-Star to take a break during day 2. By Ozark standards, this town is huge, but even then, no wild commercial activity is seen. The buildings are unpainted, and for the most part, the owners seem to like it that way. This one is way out in the countryside. My buddy Nellie of Nellie's Quilts and Gifts. I was Nellie's only customer, so I stayed for an hour and visited. Picked up a t-shirt for Chris. Nellie told me there were elk in the Ozarks. A few were imported years ago as breeding stock, and now I'm told there is a wild herd of over 100. They are real, as you can see here. Near the top of the mountain looking down on the valleys of the Ozarks. Back at the motel again at the end of day 3, leaving for home tomorrow. A short ways out of Harrison, I pick up the 4-lane heading for Quincy, Illinois, to spend the night with friends. We will ride from Quincy to DeWitt together. My buddy in Quincy has a few Harleys, but we found room in his garage for my V-Star. Grant and Deb Lindstrom lead the way to DeWitt. This is a rare photo of his hand on the handlebar. He likes to set cruise control and let the bike drive itself. Freedom was miffed that I'd been gone all week. It took an hour or so before she forgave me, but after that, she hasn't quit demanding attention. Thanks for joining me on my 2013 vacation. If you get the chance, ride the Ozarks. It was great riding the hills and narrow blacktop byways south of Harrison, Arkansas, and I'll do it again in a heartbeat.